Looking at the 010 crop, do you see more advantage to raising soybeans or corn? And when should we be pricing that, now or waiting and seeing?
Okay, now it starts.
Jim Bauer, more advantage to corn or to soybeans for 10?
Well, first of all, before I start out on that 010 thing, I did pick up something here at the very beginning of this program, and this is going to, I don't want to make this a little bit rough, but there was almost a snicker when the hog producer here from Indiana said that he didn't have such a great year. And it was almost like an attitude that corn producer, boy, we're just really doing good. And my grandpa was a horse trader, and he instinctively knew when the market was getting a little bit cocky. And I think the corn growers feeling real good right now, not only for 09 and 010, and the hog guys feeling pretty bad. As a horse trader, I think we better be pretty careful here, because this market, as I mentioned earlier about the funds, can get real dangerous real quick. As far as 09, Bauer Trading sold the entire crop, corn, beans, and wheat. Everything was sold on October 26th. We're done for 09. As far as 010, we've priced 20 to 40% of the bean crop, and we'll watch it. We really don't want to go past that. I think the Brazilian situation is coming on pretty strong. My son just came back from there. We've got a scout up in the Mato Grosso. Things are going very good right now. I'm looking for a 64 million metric ton crop.
But should I increase my corn-on-corn acres for next year?
No, I would keep, as of right now, I would keep the balance about the same.
Okay.
It's too early to make that decision.
So you're not,
right now.
in other words, we're not getting a message from the corn or the bean market right now to move acres.
We will know more in January or February when we know what the size of the Brazilian Argentine crop is.
Rick Brock?
Yeah, what's today? Thursday? Tuesday, I was up in Albert Lea, Minnesota, speaking to a large farm group, and somebody asked that same question. And a farmer stood up and volunteered to answer it before I could say anything. It's about an 8,000 acre farmer, and he said, I just say this. He said, with the cost of my inputs having come down, I can lock in today the best profits I've been able to lock in corn for the last 3 years. He says, I can beat 08, I can beat 07 and 09, and if I just lock in my inputs and my corn right now. And I put a pencil, and he's right. And so the answer to your question is simple. I'd do corn, and I'm like Jim Bauer. You talk about risk management. When you're looking at $4 corn off the combine for next fall with the fundamentals that we have, and the index funds are the ones that are pumping it up here, I want to sell the thing. I mean, I think this is an opportunity that won't last much longer.
Jerry, you drive a tractor.
Yeah.
You going to plant more corn or beans next year?
You know, $10 beans out of the field has some advantage to it, and I'm glad I went to 50-50 this year. And we farm in North Dakota as well, and $10 beans up there will buy a lot of beans. You could see it coming out of wheat and corn. If you're a corn farmer that still has corn in the field, like I do, and a lot of them north of us do, you probably aren't going to plant more corn. Fortunately, this year we had the dollar rally that helped pay for the drying charges, but it didn't net any better than if I had dry corn and $3.20 futures, because my drying costs are over $100 an acre. So I would be real suspect if we get a huge increase in corn acres, other than in the Iowa and Illinois, where we can grow corn well.
Okay, Mark?
Well, I guess maybe I'm the lone wolf out here. I wouldn't be selling a pound of 2010 crops. I look at $4.50 corn for 2010 is a great price. I look at $10 beans is a great price, and $6 wheat is a great price. So why wouldn't I sell it? Because I've been a trader for 35 years, and when the market gives you guys this kind of opportunity for this long, that's this attractive, and you go sell it, in my opinion, the market's going a lot higher. I think everybody wants to sell these prices and lock it in. What would I rather do? Because they are good prices, let's just buy some relatively inexpensive puts out here, protect these kind of prices, and let's see where we're going to go. And what makes me friendly to these grain markets? It took 5,000 years for gold to go from $0 to $1,000 an ounce. It's taken 5 days for it to go from $1,000 to $1,200. My guess is it may not be 5 months before we could see $2,000 gold. And if you wanted the justification for that, look at the money supply, look at what's happening with the economies around the world in the U.S. dollar.
Okay.
So with all that in mind, I want to protect the downside and keep the upside open.
Chip, I'll just make one comment. If this audience can listen to the 15 of us for 2 days and they leave and they're not confused, they just haven't been paying attention.